Is my sound working now? Because I'm not doing this no more today. Also, this isn't comfortable. I should have. As my fucking sound wasn't working. Okay. Clearly it's there because you can hear me cursing. I thought I deleted this. Must have me confused for a rat bitch. Yes. Bumbaras. Alright, I'll figure out how to delete it later. At least I'm inside now, so I'm not mad because I'm inside. How do you hear? Yo, you would think I'm not inside. Okay. Cool. I'll bring y'all down here because I am not trying to be up there the entire time. Okay, cool. So we're going to recreate everything. So I'm going to be a policy guru. Let me stop showing my face so y'all can see what the fuck I'm trying to do. Oh, I might have to exit that out because we already did one blab. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I really be talking to myself. I'm telling you, I'm used to just doing my podcast. My podcast, I be talking to myself, and I ain't got no problem. Typically, no one really comments back unless you guys write me on Facebook. I mean, not on Facebook, on Twitter and stuff like that. But for the most part, I be having conversations with myself, which I like. So, how are you guys doing? I know it's Friday night. Well, it's still pretty early over here for us. It's 5 o'clock. So that's why I don't mind doing it. I know on the East Coast it's pretty late for other people. And I saw someone already tell me that I should just go back to Super Smash Bros. Because it's a Friday night. But you know what? We gotta get this shit done. Said I was going to, and I do what I say I'm going to do. And it's quick. All right, cool. Let me share my screen. Let me set up the tiles first. And I'm pretty sure it was because my computer was super hot. Like, I don't know what I was doing outside thinking I was cute in 108 degrees, but I'm not, and it's not cute. And I had to tell myself that. I had to be like, Dominique, it's not cute. You got a sweat stash out here on a worldwide internet. And it's not cute. All right, let me make sure it's working. Because if y'all can't hear me this time, Angry Damo is going to come out. And no one really wants to see Angry Damo. All right, let's check this. It's not cute. All right, let me make sure it's working. Because if y'all can't hear me this time, restream. I need you to make this a little bit more intuitive as And I know it's not because I switched my spotlight. No, I can't hear it. Or at least I can't hear myself, right? If I'm using it on my phone. Wait. Infusion. So do I have to keep that? It's not what I had to do before. No, I can't hear it. Or at least I can't hear myself, right? If I'm using it on my phone. Wait. Now that's gonna look like I'm dumb, like I don't know how to do stuff. And none of y'all answering me back on Twitter because y'all don't respect me. That's cool. Oh. And none of y'all answering me back on Twitter because y'all. Okay, let me stop talking shit. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm just gonna do it anyway. If not, I'll re-record this weekend and put it on YouTube or some shit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this one more time. So this is our first virtual network, right? So first VNet. US West is cool because that's where we're located right now. They already give us an IP address, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do 10.0.0.0. Did too many, no I didn't, /24. I'm gonna add a subnet. They defaulted, gave me a subnet last time. I don't know why they acting brand new now. 10.10. Oop, nope. 10.0.0.0. 26. Okay. I'm gonna add a subnet. All right, hopefully you guys can see. Okay, cool. So we have our primary address space and then we have our first subnet. Let me change the setting because from my phone, it doesn't look like you guys can view it that well. And I want to make sure you can see. Otherwise, what's the point? I turn it to the side. Can you see well? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Perfect. I'm going to switch back. All right, cool. So this is our first virtual network. We already named it first VNet. We put in a primary address space. We put in our first subnet, which has the -24 and then the /26. We have to put, which is what I didn't do the first time, but that's fine. So for tag here, we're going to tag it and say audit equals yes, because that's what we're going to use later on when we're applying a policy. We're going to apply it to all of the tags that audit equals yes to. So let's go ahead and create. Validation has passed. We're good. Oh, I need to crack my arm. Okay, so while that first verdict is being created, we can go ahead. Oh, that's quick today. You guys are quick today. Now we can create our second virtual network. We're gonna add, let me come back. Because I said this in my first video, because this is something I've noticed with Azure's portal, where when you create a resource, it doesn't show up automatically here. That's really annoying to me because it makes me feel like I didn't create it. Sure, you can come to the 3 dots, go to notifications. You can see that it was created, and that you can go to your resource from here. But I'm really used to see put it automatically. Like it'll just be there regardless if it's pending or not, regardless if you recreate it. But if you refresh a couple of times, it'll show up. All right, let's create the second one. This is gonna be called second VNet. Also in US West, you should put the region that's closest to you. Um, Mainly because, well, this is a test, right? All we're doing a test environment, but I like to encourage people, if you're practicing, you should be using best security or best cloud computing best practices. Just so you get into a habit, right? So just so it's second nature. Otherwise, you can mess up somewhere when you actually need to implement something in production, or you need to do it for a real world scenario and you wind up putting it in the wrong region, or you can't speak to why you should put it in certain regions. You should be able to speak to that. So like for the test purposes, it's seeing that I'm located in the West region. So like it's going to put me there. Let's say if I was a company that can only have things within the UK, or what if I can only have things within the Eastern region, for example, you would need to make sure that you put that in the appropriate region. But for now, again, because testing, not that big of a deal. Remove the address space so that way we can put our new one. Just send it to the /24. We're going to add our second VNet. Oh, excuse me. Second subnet 10.10.10.0/26. I'm going to add it. We're going to put a nug. And our audit is going to be failed to the null. Create, spelling check. Cool. Let's do a, can you hear me check? Yes, you can. Good. Because guess who's going to be annoyed? Our audit is going to be failed to the null. No, somebody didn't just try me on Twitter. Talk about, let me know if you want to lose that smash. Let's do a. You're lucky this isn't social media. I can just zoom in right now, because let's just say it's on Edgar Johnson. Okay, it's on. I will be finding you. Give me a second. Let me finish this up. We can pull up the arena. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me turn myself off. Okay. Let's check both of our virtual networks. Both of them are created. Both of them. You got a tag? Yes. Do you have a tag? Yes. All right, cool. They both have tags. Now to create a policy, right? Because we just learned that before, how to create a policy. So if you come back to the home directory and we just look up policy. Shoot, I forgot. Is it under compliance? I don't know who I'm asking. I think I'm asking me. Yeah? Yeah, let's go with it, right? I think it's assigned policy. Our scope is going to be the scope of whatever resource subscription you have. So it should default. If not, you could press the 3 marks. Yo, can someone please tell me what the 3 dot, you know what? Google will tell me. What does 3 dots stand for? Ellipsis? Thanks. Okay, good. Okay, cool. You can click the ellipsis. I'm like, yo, I know there's a word other than me saying 3 dots. Like, I just couldn't recall it. Anyway, so your subscription should be defaulted to whatever Azure subscription you have, and then your resource group should be defaulted. You press select, you're good to go. Policy definition, they told us to use tags. So if you click the ellipsis, you should be able to filter or search by tags. And then we want the one that says require a tag and its value on resources. Meaning, as you saw before with our virtual networks, it had like a tag and then the assigned value, which was audit and yes, or audit and no. We want the one that has a tag and it has a value on the resource, which is the audit yes, no thing that we did. So when we select that, as a description, I personally think it's best practice to put descriptions for things, even if you're in test mode, because again, you want to take things that you put into test into production or into real world scenarios. So if it's best to describe, especially if this is a role where you might not be there for the next year, and the next person who comes in after you might not know what this policy is for, why it's been assigned, why it's in use, whether or not they should delete it, whether or not it'll mess something up. If you put a description, it'll help the next person, or it'll help anyone on your team really understand why things have been architected or assigned the way it has been. So like for this scenario, we're just going to say this policy is for tagging resources that are yes, right? That have a yes value for the audit tag name, right? Just do it. Policy enforcement is enabled, assigned by your name. I'm cool with it, just saying cloud student. So then the tag name is what we named, which was called audit. I spelled audit. And then the value we put was yes, right? We want to capture what this is going to do is this policy is going to look for all resources that have a tag with the audit value at yes. Next, create. Now the instructions do say it takes 15 to 30 minutes for the scope to populate what we just did. Like I'll keep this up and running, and I'll take a screenshot when it populates to show on Twitter that what we did today was correct. But this was just supposed to be a really quick demo of how to ensure with Azure policies and apply them to resources. I hope you learned something. I learned to not go outside and do demos, and that apparently I'm going to be doing demos twice because I don't know how to get this restream thing together for the first time. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Okay, now I'm officially out, and I'm going to play Super Smash Brothers. Egg Johnson, I hope you're ready.